Since the late 2000s, the phenomenon of uninhabited cities in China has been widely observed. Places like Ordos, which was designed to accommodate 1 million people, currently house only 100,000 inhabitants. Similarly, Tianducheng, inspired by Paris, occupies only 10% of the space originally envisioned in its initial project. Thames Town, inspired by London, is also practically empty. These examples are not exceptions, as there are approximately 50 uninhabited cities across China. These areas are labeled as ghost cities due to their low level of occupancy, making them virtually uninhabited. But why is this phenomenon happening in China? That's what we will explore in this video. But before we delve into that, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Your support greatly helps us continue producing more content like this for you. Until 1998, there was no real estate market in China. The Chinese government and state-owned enterprises provided accommodations for the population, and there was no buying, selling, or renting of houses. However, in 1998, the Chinese Communist Party decided to privatize the real estate market and set urbanization as a national strategy to stimulate demand and transform the real estate market into a new engine for economic growth in China. This was aimed at boosting the economy, which had slowed down due to the Asian financial crisis in 1997. Furthermore, this reform strengthened local governments, such as provinces and cities, giving them greater administrative power over urban planning, investments in infrastructure, and public services, leading to a greater decentralization of public spending. Following the 1998 reform, local governments began selling land use rights to the population and real estate companies. Consequently, the revenue generated from these land sales became a significant portion of their fiscal revenues. Over time, the importance of this revenue type grew, as illustrated in the graph below, which shows the percentage of revenue represented by land sales for these three cities. This revenue is crucial for local governments to invest in infrastructure projects and meet revenue targets set by the central government in order to sustain strong economic growth. Additionally, Chinese provinces are prohibited from borrowing from the financial market, so they need to secure financing through a government system called LGFP. To secure this funding, local governments use future land sales as collateral, as was the case in 2013 when approximately 40% of the debts of Chinese local governments were backed by future land sales. It's important to emphasize that, although China has experienced high growth rates supported by an industry that exports worldwide, a crucial stage in economic development is the establishment of an efficient financial system capable of ensuring security and protection for the savings needs of the population and investments by businesses. However, financial institutions in China have experienced slow development and are characterized by low transparency, limited credibility, capital controls, and restricted regulation of financial services. This, for instance, led to a significant drop in the Shanghai stock market between 2001 and 2005, even as the country's GDP doubled during the same period, underscoring the highly volatile and speculative nature of that market. As a result, the Chinese financial market is perceived as risky and offers few opportunities. Consequently, both families and businesses prefer to invest in the construction of new residences for financial purposes, waiting for their appreciation for future sale. This is partly due to the easy access to credit facilitated by the Chinese government, making real estate investments safer, more appealing, and more accessible compared to other investment options. In this context, the growing demand for homes as investments has led to rapid price increases, often making it inaccessible for those who genuinely want to live in these areas. This further exacerbates the phenomenon of uninhabited cities. Many of these ghost cities have numerous homes that have been sold, but their owners do not use them for living. This is why, in 2017, during the Chinese Communist Party Congress, China's president, Xi Jinping, proclaimed homes for living, not for speculation, and implemented stricter regulations in an attempt to curb the escalation of this situation. It's important to note that, from 1997 to 2020, the contribution of the real estate sector to the Chinese economy increased from 4% to 18%, becoming a critical industry for the national economy. This sector employs a large number of people and played a crucial role in driving Chinese growth over the past 2 decades, contributing as one of the pillars of its economic miracle. Therefore, the Chinese government finds itself in a delicate position. On the one hand, it seeks to restrain the real estate market boom and prevent more homes and cities from becoming uninhabited, but on the other hand, it fears that a slowdown in the construction sector could decelerate economic growth and increase unemployment rates. Although China is currently the world's second-largest economy, the country still has a per capita income classified as medium, with a per capita GDP of around $10,000. Therefore, an economic slowdown at this juncture could be detrimental to the country's transition to a high-income nation. In this regard, the government is taking a cautious approach to the real estate market and has announced in its new 5-year plan the intention to amend legislation to introduce a new tax on the real estate market. This aims to make local government financing more sustainable by increasing tax revenue, reducing dependence on land sales, and mitigating speculation in the real estate market. Furthermore, the Chinese government anticipates that, with the increasing urbanization of the country, considering that approximately 40% of the population still resides in rural areas and will eventually migrate to urban centers, and with investments in local public services, ghost cities will gradually attract more residents. This has already occurred in some cities, such as Jiangdong, which was deemed a ghost city in 2011 but has steadily grown and now houses 1.4 million inhabitants, becoming the financial hub of Hunan province. The same transformation has taken place in Pudong, which was seen as a ghost city in 2012 but now boasts more than 1 million residents and serves as a significant business center in Shanghai. And if you've made it this far, you are an above-average individual who is genuinely interested in acquiring knowledge across various contemporary fields. That's why I invite you to subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for upcoming videos and to watch other videos like the ones appearing on your screen. Until next time.